What's going on, guys? So I did the cooling hoses on my car. I've actually been working on flushing it for about a week or so. After I drained everything, um, I took the thermostat housing off and I reconnected it without the thermostat. I flushed it through. I flushed water right through here. And I had this part connected to, not connected to, but sitting in a drain pan so that all that nasty water would come out of the block here. Then I connected the thermostat housing, then I connected this and I ran everything with just water. Of course, I did drain the radiator itself. I did that 2 or 3 times. The water I got out was so nasty. I removed the air box to make getting this easier. Now, you may ask why. Well, you can see my bottom hose, it really doesn't look that bad, okay? Top hose really doesn't look that bad. This, you can see the clamp is broken, okay? And it looks like the hose is all swollen. So the other thing I did is this was a pinch clamp like it is now. The bottom hose underneath the fans was also a pinch clamp like this. This was a worm drive. This was a worm drive. Both of these, which connect at 90, those were also worm drives. That's the one that had broke, and I can pretty much guarantee that that's where all this rust is coming from. So what I did, and I had an amount of rust. You can see I got some right here. I had an amount of rust over here. When I took the fans off, I wire brushed this. Of course, this is a new cap. I replaced this line. I also replaced this line here, which I believe that's for the tranny cooler. And I replaced this line here. That I believe is also for the tranny cooler. Those are pinch clamps, top and bottom. So anyways, and what I did is I took the fan out. You can see they're red. The only reason I painted them red is because I think I had a bad cap, and there was just like this part of the fan right here was just all. Obviously, it wasn't rusted itself, but it had some rust colorations on it. So I painted it. My biggest reasoning for painting it is that way I can easily see if something has happened. Okay. When I did this, unfortunately, this hose, this got bent all to hell. I did that twice. So this transmission dipstick ended up breaking. Fortunately, I was able to stick a magnetic thing down in the tube to get that piece to get that right there that was stuck inside. So I got that. Then I had to go to the wrecking yard to get this because I couldn't find a dipstick. Aftermarket, not for this car. 2005 Hyundai Elantra. So anyways, that's what I did. The hoses to me look a whole lot better. This right here, this is how it was sitting inside. So obviously pulling this one off wasn't an issue. I got a socket on this end, and I probably ended up breaking it. I mean, look at that hose, look at that clamp. And I guarantee that's where all that rust is coming from. And I let it dry for a bit. I don't feel comfortable doing thermostats, but I had my wife order a new gasket off of Amazon and some RTV. And so I reattached the thermostat with the gasket accordingly. I let it set up for probably a good 6 hours or so before I even fired it up. Fired it up, and it doesn't appear to have any leaks. The other day, I took the car into my work, which is like maybe 5 miles from here, and I didn't have the fans connected. But it never went above half, which, I mean, right there, that's a good sign that I did a good job with the coolant. So anyways, that is the video on that. Just wanted to give everyone kind of a heads up, make everyone aware of, you know, I don't know if you have a Hyundai Elantra, that might be something you want to look at is to do that. I already did the water pump. I didn't do a video on it, but I did the water pump probably 60,000 miles ago, or actually no, probably 40,000, like maybe it was like 2 years ago. This car actually doesn't see a whole lot of driving, but anyways, yeah, so I just wanted to point that out to anyone. I've always done the upper and the lower. I've never had to do a middle radiator hose. And the only hoses that I did not do is the heater hoses going into the firewall. And I don't think these were necessarily bad, but they were moving a little bit too much. I think that's because I don't know how it happened, but this has slipped over the barb, and I don't think there was that good of a connection. And actually, this hose here that you can see right here, that I can tell you for sure is transmission fluid, and it was just all goobered up down there even before I disconnected the hose. So that's what I got here. I just wanted to make you aware of what I've got. Like I said, if you know of someone who has this car, you have this car yourself, something you might want to be aware of. I still got to put the beauty cover back on. I'm not too concerned with that. So that's what we got so far. Just real quick, right here, that's for my new wiper motor. The one that's there has got constant power, so I unplugged it, because if I had simply replaced the motor, it probably would have died out. And you can see I've got no hoses for the washer fluid, so I gotta rerun all that shit. I'm gonna get new nozzles here, universals, but project for another day. Maybe I'll shoot a video on it, but that's kind of what I got so far. This is my I call it the silver turd. My daughter has named it Friend. So yeah, if you're doing this to your car, something similar, the doing the hoses was not bad at all. It was not bad at all, except for that middle hose. This hose here, this was kind of a booger, but yeah. So and like I say at the end of all my videos, if you're interested to see what I'm going to cover next, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I've always got different kinds of videos. I don't stay on one specific topic. Until the next video, I will see you guys later. Thank you. Goodbye.